It takes a particular kind of person to sell everything they own and sail the world, but we wouldn't have it any other way. We've been adventuring on Indioko for almost 4 years, and in that time we've sailed over 11,000 miles and visited 17 different countries. But all that nearly came crashing down with the news of our dead engine, until you guys came to our rescue. After a brief pit stop in Tahiti, we're now back out where we belong, in the Big Blue, on the hunt for another slice of paradise.
We've been racing along at like 7 or 8 knots for the last hour and a half. And I think I win because I didn't need to make any changes to the sail plan. So Ian will be feeling super rested after his 90 minutes of sleep. Morning again, how are you feeling? But you had like a whole hour and a half. What are you complaining about? So I didn't make any changes to the sail plan and I didn't intentionally wake Ian up, but I may have left my phone inside and the alarm went off halfway through his sleepy time. Oops.
Halfway through, I want to have words.
I didn't mean it, I'm sorry.
I get like 25 minutes of sleep and then
It's
I have to get up.
more than enough.
And then I'm doing active sail changes or something ridiculous. Straight back to bed again for another 5 minutes. This is ridiculous. Right, what are we doing?
Tacking time.
Hey. Ready?
Ready?
Okay, and tacking.
Tacking. Well, we managed to time our tack perfectly and avoided the squall that was kind of starting to creep up on us. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted because I'm hand steering right now. Yeah, we weren't going to tell you how badly that tack went wrong, but I guess I've mentioned it now, so I may as well describe what happened. Usually we tack quite well. One person comes to the helm, they turn the wheel manually to full, lock it off, and then man the winch that's here. The other person goes to the other side and mans the winch on that side. For some reason, every time we film it is when we stuff it up. So I just got the timing wrong. I think I just pulled in the sheet a little bit too quickly and our Genoa sheet just got caught around one of the clutches on the mast. So no big deal, we would normally just turn back, it would free itself and pull it over again. We didn't quite manage to keep our speed up in this. Thankfully, we did manage to just turn back onto the side, get our speed up and round off and do it again without turning on the engines. Because what we hadn't realized at the time is that in messing up the tack and slowing the boat down, both our fishing lines out the back got kind of loose and caught themselves around, I think, just the rudder, not the prop, but still, you want to keep the engines away from getting caught in those lines. So we then had to turn up into wind a second time, slow the boat down, and thankfully we got the lines free without needing to jump in, because that would not have been pleasant. Because we've had the sails up constantly for the last 3 days, the mainsail has just been blocking the sun because of the heading, and so our solar panels have not been charging as much as we really need them to, and power is becoming quite critical now. So we've dropped all the sails and we're just motoring a little bit to try and soak up some sunshine. I think we're about 30% capacity now, and we need to get to 50% by the end of the day is kind of our minimum. It's really annoying because we should arrive in one atoll, whichever one we go to tomorrow. But if we slow down a little bit, it means we arrive a little bit later, but we still arrive. Whereas if we don't get any more power in, then that's going to start becoming a problem. Now I just need to try and keep us on track. Well, that's the boring bit over. Our batteries are topped up a little bit. We've just got a bit of a squall coming past us now, and then hopefully we'll get the sails back up and just bomb it as fast as we can and see if we can get to any atoll before like sunset tomorrow. That's my goal. Quite a nasty one, this squall.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if we're going to get hit by it yet. We're just to the side of it, but it means all of the wind that's swirling off it, we're getting hit by. So 37 knots rolling past, biggish swell.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Maybe wait for it to go past and then put the sails up.
Yeah, I think on this occasion. What's good is it does look like it's coming to an end, and I think I just saw some light blue water ahead of us, which means more sunshine.
Yay, we like sunshine. Makes everything better.
Yeah, exactly. And then if we can get to the other side of this big squall, then we'll be on attack where the sun should still be able to hit some of the solar panels, so we'll get a little bit more power along the way as well.
Yeah, that would help.
I think we need more batteries.
That's the new goal, new target. I don't know what this looks like on camera, but when you look forward, it's fine. We're making slow progress, but progress. And then you look out the side and we just look absolutely stationary. It's basically like we're staying still and all of the sea is moving past us.
We're moving at 1.8 knots.
Oh my goodness, 1.8.
2.6.
Woo!
2.1.
I went down a really big wave earlier and we hit 3.9. I got very excited. So the sails are up, we're moving again, which is good. We're making much better progress than before. But the swell is something else, isn't it? I mean, I've just stood up here and it's instantly like super windy. It has calmed down. It was like 30, 35 knots as we were putting the sails up.
No, it's just 26.
Now it's just 26. No bother.
That's all good. We're kind of threading the needle, so the idea is if we get this tank just right between two atolls, and then we figure we'll actually go past where we want to go, which is kind of planned already, and then come back into anchorage, hopefully sometime tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we keep changing our minds and sort of redrawing the plan on the charts depending what the wind and the swell is letting us do. But this could be, like, we might only just have one more tack to do. So this is like our second last one. Maybe. So we're basically going to stay doing this all night until like 4 o'clock in the morning and then turn and just neatly drop into what hopefully will be a very easy pass.
A simple pass.
I think I've definitely had enough sleep to make really good decisions right now.
Let's sail through the pass.
Whenever I'm on night watch on Passage, I always write our daily update to our patrons so they know what's going on today, how the passage is going, stuff like that. And I may have just come to the realization, I may have noticed that we have been quite moany and complaining quite a lot for the entire length of this video. So this is my formal apology. I can only say sorry. We will do our best now to change our mindset. Basically, we just realized that, I mean, we haven't sailed anywhere really in a really long time. We've been in Tahiti for so long. And in particular, we haven't sailed upwind anywhere for ages. We've got so used to downwind passaging. And it's just quite a lot. There's been a lot of challenges. I mean, partly just getting into a sleep cycle and getting into a watch cycle, and we're both just really exhausted, and that affects your decision making and everything else. But the weather and the conditions are quite rough, so it's quite bumpy and rolly. But yes, enough is enough. We've complained all that we're going to. I'm going to turn a new leaf now, and I do realize, I do get that we are incredibly lucky to have this experience. Not many people can say that they have sailed their own boat, their home, from one place to another at night, getting to look at the full moon and the stars as they come out. And so we've tried to sort of tackle each of the challenges and the stresses head on and get them under control. And now, I mean, we've still got 30, 35 knots of wind, but the boat is happy, the sails are set. We are just going with it. We're making progress, we're making headway. And yeah, there's not too much for us to do at this stage. We can just sit back and actually soak it all in and enjoy it and get excited about the fact that we get to move our home from one place to another just to see what it's like. And so if 4 days of challenge and uncomfortableness, discomfort, that's a word, if that's what it takes to give us 4 months of living in what I can only imagine is this kind of paradise of desert islands and beautiful lagoons and fantastic snorkeling and everything else, then we should probably just put up and shut up. So that's what we're going to do. Positive thinking, Hopefully we'll arrive tomorrow. Onwards and upwards. Last tack, baby!
Yeah, we're doing it. So we've started to drift a little, of course, and I think that means that we are now ready to go over there.
Last little bit, we are so close to being, I was going to say being home.
Yeah, we are. We're actually maybe a little bit ahead of time, so it's tricky. We might arrive a little bit too early for the pass, but everything we've read is okay.
Yeah, that just means we'll wait around.
Or not even bother, because like even the reviews say, well, that's like a pass.
True.
Pass.
Yeah, overnight we had a look at the guesstimator, and I think it said we want to aim for about 12:15, and kind of an hour either side of that is fine. So that's actually perfect, bang on for basically when we're aiming to get there anyway. Like halfway through the day is the perfect time. But yes, a lot of people say it looks scarier than it is. So if we arrive and we see standing waves, just kind of like stay off to one side and we should be fine.
I think it's like an anytime pass.
An anytime pass.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I know it's that scary. So.
That's our kind of pass. We're late for everything.
But we have to do our last tack now, or we'll end up going away, of course, and have to come back and we'll be late. So,
Okay, let's do it.
yeah, you go on that side, I'm going to sit and make it happen.
Ready?
Yep.
Nicely done. We didn't even like get our fishing lines caught around the rudders or anything that time.
Well, it helps when we're sitting on the seat. Actually, can we throw them in? Because this is our last chance to catch anything for lunch.
Oh, that would be so good. What a way to arrive.
Oh, yeah.
We spent most of the morning just zigzagging backwards and forwards because we were going to arrive at the pass like 3 hours too early. So there's been a few squalls to dodge and 35 knot winds to battle, and the swell is picking up. But I think we're just going to call it now. We're bored of going backwards and forwards. We're still like an hour too early, but how bad could it be? What could possibly go wrong? She says as they both nearly fall over.
Yeah, this is quite fun. So, first of all, Indonesia says cats can't sail to wind, other than it being quite unpleasant. We're doing 7 knots at 35 degrees off the wind.
Yeah, we are.
And we're not even like dragging across because of any currents. We are just bombing it. And these waves are massive.
Yeah, so I do realise that we've kind of done this whole journey backwards. Like most people who come to French Polynesia, they maybe have like a 3-month visa or maybe the 12 months, so they start at the Marquesas and then it's a lovely downwind 3 or 4 day sail to the Tuamotus.
Wimps.
And then a lovely downwind 2 or 3 day sail to the Societies, and then they carry on west. And well, now we know why.
Well, we sailed in Scotland, so we're used to punishment. And for some reason we decided, what did you just say? It's the last week of cyclone season and we've been traveling the wrong way. We're basically sailing backwards.
Yeah, so this big stormy squall thing that's supposed to arrive tonight, maybe that's like the last one of the season, and then we'll just be like set up for some beautiful weather. Do you think that because we're so tuned to sailing in Scotland that we wouldn't have enjoyed it if it was too easy? It's like we had to earn it.
I think we've earned this. I'm hoping that, so there'll be like a couple of days of cloud and then it'll be back to being pristine, kind of how we remember the Tuamotus in that short stint we did.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get here, drop the hook, and within a couple of days we go, it's amazing. Everyone's left because they've all gone fleeing towards Tahiti right now.
Yeah.
And we'll have it all to ourselves.
That's the hope. Oh, I'm so excited. We're here. We're here. We made it. So very almost.
So very almost.
We've just got a pass to do, which apparently in high winds can have a lot of standing waves. So we'll see how we go with that.
Are we going to do the 10,000 tacks to just waste more time?
No, I'm so bored of going round in triangles now. So I think we're just going to go in an hour early and see how bad it is.
We'll take a closer look. If we sail right up to the door and like through the side of your eye so it doesn't see that you're looking.
Yes.
Yeah, just
so it doesn't know you're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's all right. And then we'll just swing in there when it's not looking.
It's a great fun.
Perfect.
I think it's how everyone does it. So this is the pass that we're just coming up to now. So we're going to drop all of our sails and turn and motor in, and we're at least going to give it a go. I've been looking on Noforeignland at all the reviews from other people who've gone in, and most people say that the current isn't as strong as predicted, but they also say don't go in when there are very high winds. And we've got 30 knots true right now. So we'll give it a try, and we can always turn around and come back out if it's too yucky.
We could sail in.
Oh my goodness, no. I've seen people do that at Rangaroa.
It's like, why not? Look, it would be perfect. The wind is right for it. We'd be almost on a downwind.
Whee!
Dropping the sails was obviously a little bit more exhilarating than expected. I don't know if you can make it out, but basically all this white chalk is probably about 6 to 9 feet high. And so, yeah, India was just being bounced around, and so we turned to face everything, and it just meant the whole boat was just slamming up and down in those breaking waves. Thankfully, we got everything away quite quickly, and now we just have to motor our way into the pass.
Well, the swell is, I was going to say dying down, but it's nearly knocking me in the sea. Yeah, we are sort of coming in sideways. The pass is here. And you can see that on the left-hand side, on the south end, it is way calmer. There's like huge standing waves in the middle and on the north side. So we're coming in kind of like aiming for the sand, for the beach. And then at the last second, we're going to turn with the swell so that it sort of washes us in and then just sort of whip round the corner. I'm sure it is all going to go perfectly to plan. There's supposed to be like 3.5 knots of outgoing current right now, but we're just hoping that there isn't. And we'll see what we get. I mean, look at that. That is just insane. Huge waves. All along this line here, that is what we would be going right through. Instead, we're going to aim for this bit. Good job. It all looks smooth so far.
So far, so good. Yeah, we're still like deeper than our depth gauge can measure.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so all of that is like deep ocean and must be more than, I mean, approximately more than 200 meters deep.
Wow.
And that pass is 8 meters deep at high tide.
Yeah, and this is low tide right now, so everything's getting squeezed through an even smaller gap.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun.
Woohoo!
We're going to clip the edge of those waves.
Yeah, so now we just have to get enough distance that we don't run aground here, but as far away as possible from the awful waves here, which I think we're going to go through a little bit. But look how calm it, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I can see it. It looks just insanely calm on the inside. So in 10 minutes, we'll be in heaven. Wow.
10 meters.
How many?
10.
Suddenly in 10 meters a day.
9.
That's wild over there. I definitely feel this is like an ingoing current and not an outgoing current though.
Yeah.
We're definitely being pushed in rather than fighting it.
I'm kind of focused right now, sorry. Busy surfing 22,000 pounds.
Oh, this is terrifying. Basically at this stage we just have to go with it because there's nothing we can do if we wanted to turn around. Yeah, we're not. So hopefully we've got our lines right and we're just getting blown on through, and I'm doing all I can not to fall in.
That is why we need 2 engines.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine doing that on one? Coming in and just, we used to have our starboard engine, so we would have only been, we would have been turning away from the standing waves, but definitely into land.
If we only had the starboard engine, we would have been heading, oh no, wait. Yeah, we only had the starboard, didn't we? Yeah, so smashing that way.
Easier with 2, I agree.
Definitely
Let's
easier
keep
with
them
2.
both. So I don't know if this shows up on camera, but you look over the side and we're only in 6 meters of water. So this is like perfect anchoring depth. You can see all of the bommies on the bottom and the rocks and stuff so clearly. The water is just so clear, but it always makes it feel like everything is closer to your heels than you want them to be. And we're almost through the pass.
Since we're just motoring in through the atoll now and we're heading to our spot, I figured I'd take a second to share something I just think is seriously cool. At some point, we're going to do a big update on Wayfinder, which is actually a new version of that called Zora. That's what we're on now, Zora. And it has so many features. But one of the things that I'm absolutely loving is it has Noforeignland built in. This is my navigation system. And like there, Noforeignland. So we can check on this. It's kind of like, it's like a Google Maps for the world, but for sailors. So it has like places you can anchor, points of interest. It has information about murmels, everything. And as we approach somewhere, it already knows where we are. So I can just literally tap on murmels and find out, apparently there's 5 murmels here. So I guess we'll use one of those.
Looks like it's just a metal hoop, so I'll see if it's heavy to lift up or not. Give it a try.
Can you reach it at that?
Almost, yeah.
See if the hoop comes up to you.
Yeah, it looks like it will. Okay, that one's locked on.
Good.
That's good there.
Well done. Excellent work.
Okay, both lines are now locked.
Okay, great.
How easy was that with 2 engines?
I know.
We like aimed for somewhere very specific at mooring hole, and then we went there, and then we wanted to stay there a little bit, and we stayed there.
And then we want to like adjust things left to right, like swinging on the ball where you need to be.
Oh, it's just crazy. I mean,
I didn't realize there was a purpose for both of these. They both do things.
some boats have 2 throttles.
I know, and they both work.
Oh, this is exactly why we didn't get to come to places like this before. When we came through the Tuamotus last time, and we went to 3 very specific atolls. Well, that pass, and then trying to take a mooring in 25 knots of wind or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, with only 1 engine, it's a little bit impossible. But now, well, the oyster, we can go to all the atolls, every single one in the Tuamotus.
Even the ones that don't have passes.
Yeah, if we get enough of a run up.
That's true, we'll catch one of those waves.
There you go. We know how to do it now.